Welcome to Mint. In this edition of From the Newsroom, we are joined by Elizabeth Roche. Welcome to the show, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Today we are discussing how an all-party meet called by the ruling party ended up having a broad consensus over the components of the land acquisition bill. Elizabeth will tell us more. Elizabeth, tell us what is the update from the all-party meeting today?
Well, essentially, this is the second all-party meeting this month, and the aim was to reach some kind of a broad consensus because before Parliament reconvenes for the second half of the budget session on the 22nd, which is 22nd of April, which is Monday.
Okay.
Now, what has happened today is that the BJP had put forth some suggestions. For example, one of the suggestions that the BJP put forth was that a lot of people have sold their land after the 5th of September 2011.
True.
Now that was the 5th of September 2011 was the first time this bill in one of its forms, one of its avatars, was introduced into Parliament. Now, in anticipation of the bill becoming law, a lot of people, speculators, bought the land of the farmers.
Purchased,
So what the BJP suggested was that once this bill is taken up for discussion in Parliament, or even before that, the government should have some kind of provision where the original the owners, which is the farmers, they are given some kind of compensation, because now the people who own that particular land are speculators. So the guys will actually be making a killing, selling the land for public or PPP projects or for private industry will be the speculators, and they are the ones who are going to be making this killing. That was one suggestion of the BJP. The one of the other suggestions at the all-party meeting, which was put forth by the communists, for example, Communist Party of India, Marxist, was that the tenants, now tenants as differentiated from the owner of the land. When you say tenant, it means the person who's actually tilling the land. Those people should be given compensation. Earlier, they were only allowed resettlement and rehabilitation, but now they should be given compensation as well. Now, compensation under the original terms was only for the owners. So now you have compensation for both tenants as well as owners. So these are some of the things which have been agreed to. According to Rural Development Minister Jairam Ramesh, the meeting was very positive, very constructive, and the BJP leaders who attended the meeting came out and said that they are not going to oppose the bill. So there seems to be a broad consensus on it. So hopefully things should look good for the government.
So that's what was my next question, that this bill has been around for a long time now. First NAC took it up, then Parliament and all the other formalities. Do you see it actually getting cleared as early as the budget session, or do you think there is still more work to be done on it in terms of political consensus?
See, as far as political consensus is concerned, I don't think there's much more work to be done, because what was decided today, or what was agreed upon today, was that there's not going to be any redrafting of this bill. Each of the political parties will once a bill is taken up for discussion in Parliament, what they will do is that they will bring in their suggestions. Now, if once a Parliament debates these suggestions, and once there is broad agreement, then it will be incorporated into the bill. That is what was decided or agreed upon today. Now, this whole thing, of course, very critically depends on whether Parliament will work. Because, I mean, we've seen a lot of sessions which have been washed out, a lot of pending legislations. So hopefully this bill should get cleared, because, again, quoting Rural Development Minister Jairam Ramesh, he says if Parliament works, he's hopeful that the bill will go through.
Tell me also that, UPA keeps on talking about these so-called reform initiatives of its marquee schemes like NREGA, like RTI, even RTI for that matter. Do you think how politically crucial and electorally important is this bill? Do you see the UPA going to the people and telling them that, this is a bill that we have passed, and do you think that is also in the offing?
See, once a bill gets through, I'm sure the government is going to highlight it as one of its achievements in terms of both pro-industry, as well as, I mean, it'll try and cloak it in a way and say that, okay, it was pro-industry as well. And it'll definitely pitch it, I'm sure, as a pro-farmer or a pro-rural or, kind of, bill, which, or law, which provides compensation to those who have been displaced provides you know, some kind of a livelihood option for those who have been, you know, displaced or you know, dispossessed of their lands, and once they've sold it, of course. The thing is, I mean, this legislation, if it comes through as a legislation, it's part of a series of measures, initiatives which have been taken by the government. You know, there's this food security bill.
True.
Okay, so that is another initiative that the government has been trying to push through. I believe it's pending in Parliament. That's another thing which is good. Now, taken with the food security bill and issues like, let's say, the Lokpal bill, which is an anti-graft, it, you know, it does give the government some kind of a, you know, a list of achievements, if I can put it like that, that it can take to the people and say that, look, this is what we've done. We've done something for the poor. Aam Aadmi, you know, Congress ka haath Aam Aadmi ke saath.
The direct benefit transfers.
Yeah, the direct benefit transfers. All these things, they can, you know, take to the people and say, look, we've done something for you. This is our, you know, pro-poor agenda, which we always stuck by. We are with the people, etc., etc. So yeah, definitely that's one of the things.
So I guess for at least right now, what we have to look forward is to whether the session works, and therefore whether the bill gets passed in this session.
Yeah, there's just one more thing which I would like to add here. The land acquisition bill was one of the, I think, brainchilds of the National Advisory Council, which is headed by Sonia Gandhi, who's a Congress president. And again, if you remember, Rahul Gandhi had taken, the Congress Vice President, he had taken a lot of interest in Bhatta Parsol, you know, the land acquisition there. Now, there was a lot of negative publicity for Mayawati, you know, at that stage. So I think this is very critical for the Congress from that perspective as well, because Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are seen to be pushing this legislation, for this legislation.
So we'll be tracking when it comes to the Parliament and when it gets cleared. Thank you for joining us today, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
This is from today's edition of From the Newsroom. Stay tuned and keep watching.